Hello there, I am Tonton Bidon and we are back to the Sunless Skies. And today is quite an exciting day because we're leaving Reach and going to Albion. I've never been to any other region than the Reach, and at this point the Reach feels like we're at home here. There's nothing really that worries me anymore. I guess the only part that's deranging to me is the well, because of all those currents, and I don't know whether something bad would happen if I were to reach the middle of that vortex. But yeah, it feels less threatening and therefore less interesting now. So I'm hoping Albion will worry me. That's kind of the point of this kind of game. So we are going to Albion, and there's a few things we can do on the way. We do have an order for the circus. It would be good to get rid of it while we can. We do have an order for Port Prosper, that's just perfect. And then we could hit Carillon for the repentant devil on our way. We could just do circus, Carillon, Port Prosper. Let's see what we need in the hold. Right, we got gemstones, but we don't need them. We need 3 souls. I think it was 5 hours. Ah, that's a full hold. Because we also need 2 hours to go through Port Prosper's. Well, we can always just buy them at Port Prosper's. Or we could just get rid of some fuel and supplies. 4 and 4. We don't need that much, sure. We can do it that way. And Port Prosper sells everything, right? Sure. So we could restock there before going to Albion. Right. There's one thing I've been meaning to do and I keep forgetting, and it's checking our offices and actually figuring out which officer we want where. She gives hearts and mirrors. He gives iron veils. So he gives our main stats, although I guess mirror. Right, given the buff that we took at the well, we've got a surplus of iron and a deficit of mirrors. So our second main stat has become iron because of that. We were higher in mirrors before that. Veils is actually lower than our iron now. Okay, so we want mainly iron veils. Well, I guess mirrors are good too. She gives... my bad. She gives hearts, which I'm really not interested in. So we're not gonna take her. He gives iron veils, just that's great. Hearts and veils. Veils and mirrors. Villainy and 1 gloomy guidance. Villainy is pretty nice for us. It fits the lore of our character. I don't know what a gloomy guidance could do. So even though the stats here are great for us, well, they're good here too, I'm gonna take it just because of the gloomy guidance. I'm hoping it will do something for us. Here we have hearts and iron, or iron and veils. We keep iron and veils, of course. And for the mascot, we could get iron mirrors, hearts. More veil for less hearts. Of course we take Dilly. We would have taken Dilly anyway. She's the cutest and the greatest. I am partial to Dilly. Right, so we just hit the circus, then Carillon, and then we go all the way to Port Prosper. Let's go. We did sell our port reports last time. I'm just gonna do the cool ride into the thing. Yeah, we don't actually stop, because we're rebels like that. wispy condensation trails across the sky. Trails across the sky. The ghosts of passing trains. Peace. Okay, so first of all, let's complete that order. Great. Then... Sure, we can get some supplies, that's fine. There are new arrivals at the circus. We could attempt to recruit someone. That's quite unlikely. Or we could just listen to their stories. Get our terror down. And we can do even more of that. Get free tickets, get that port report. And visit the amusements. We are terrorless. That's great. And then we just go to Carillon. I'm not quite as sick as I was before, as you might have noticed by the not as deep voice. But, well, I'm still not fully recovered. That's fine though. It doesn't hurt anymore. Could send the scout away, I guess. Except we're not going there. Yeah, when you have a set itinerary, sending the scout away doesn't actually serve too much of a purpose. Oh, hey. Oops, 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 oops. That was such a bad volley. What's that? Soften, okay. Yeah, that weapon is pretty hard to use actually against a thin target. Against big monsters, that's great, because you can't... no, it's much harder to miss. Against a ship that's not showing us its broadside, it's pretty damn hard to hit, at least at a higher range, just because the projectile isn't wide at all. They are incompetent. They could never master my techniques. Oh, that's the shrine where we just contemplate the statue. Okay. Oh, they are selling that. The recent death of a well-to-do widower has triggered an unseemly family squabble over the disposition of his estate. An indifferent solicitor has been charged with auctioning off various of the deceased's unwanted belongings in order to cover the death duty. We are not going to take any of that. What did I come here for? The repentant devil. Port report. Alright, there were rumors here. Investigate rumors of Windward propaganda. Rumors in New Winchester suggest the Windward Company is sneaking propagandists into Carillon to convert penitents to the company cause. It does not take long to locate suspicious penitential activity. A devil is delivering a sermon on luxury to a group of penitents. The sermon is specifically on the virtues of luxury, the cultivation of taste, the adornment of one's person with finery and splendor, the cultivated palate, indicating a superiority of character. Several of the penitents look bored. The presiding deviless looks on indulgently. We could cover their tracks if we have literature, or just expose them. Whatever. You rise to your feet, finger trembling in the direction of the accused. It is quite the performance. Cross-referencing the anodyne recitations of the devil with company staff manuals puts the propagandist on the back foot. The presiding deviless is forced to intervene. "We are in the business of ministering souls here at Carillon," she says, giving you a truly filthy look. "We would never compromise our treatments for something as grubby as politics." As the propagandist is laid away to receive penitents of their own, the presiding deviless is at pains to assure you this definitely won't happen again. What did we get? We helped the Tacates here. They admire us. What the hell? We lost secrets for sovereigns and XP. Overall, that is worthless. Well, officers. Him. His former friend at Carillon. Okay, he does not even take into account the fact that we are, in fact, in Carillon. Show him your chorister B. What? Huh? Okay, so maybe it's just near the presiding deviless? Right. Introduce the repentant devil to the presiding deviless. Use the full and florid title that appears on his visiting card. When the deviless is not visibly impressed, the devil says, "I brought a small gift, a trifle you might find of value." He produces from his satchel a 3-volume set, bound in fire, his own work. "Some methods for flavoring a soul to the tastes of a particular judgment," she reads. She tosses the set on her desk. It huffs smoke. "We are just a touch more modern now. It's a fine antiquarian piece," she adds unforgivably. "But we find those approaches rather cumbersome. Besides, we find we need to appeal to the original owners of the souls, offer them an experience worth paying for. Let him show how she's wrong. Persuade him to withdraw." Let's consider what we came here for. We came here to find someone, and we are asking the presiding deviless to help us find this person. This, letting him show her that she's wrong, will just waste our time. And then she won't be inclined to help us. That's pretty dumb. So we will persuade him to withdraw. He's gonna have to swallow his ego here. No doubt he could show the presiding deviless some interesting tricks. It is not so clear so that she would still be welcome, that you would still be welcome afterwards. Yeah. Before you go, one of the penitents approaches you with a note. Someone was here looking for the devil. The note just didn't make its way through official channels. The repentant devil has become more inclined to withdraw from the world. That's his problem, not mine. What the hell? Okay, so we've got the note. You have collected what evidence you could find about the repentant devil in Carillon. How do I do that? Here. Debrief him on Carillon. He is simmering with the desire to comment. "If I were younger," remarks the repentant devil, "I would take that place from its current ownership and turn it into a fitting demonstration of the refinements of the soul. I could even work with you if I turned your ribs to glass." Please don't do that. That seems like a terrible idea. and he's lost in a reverie, like a tailor seized with the vision of the ideal trousers for a particularly difficult client. When he recollects that you're still present, he adds, "You may have noticed that they do not bother to prepare each soul to order. That's the real art, of course. Match the soul to its judgment." Okay, boy, but you were looking for someone, no? Right, we did get that note. He just won't talk to us about it, but it was recorded, okay? That reminds me, because we're talking about souls, that we needed immaculate souls for London, right? Okay, we've done the hours for the circus. We've investigated the news at Carillon and done the devil's thing here. I need my immaculate souls. Perhaps I could buy them in Albion, but that's not certain. So I guess we're just making a trip back to New Winchester, because I forgot about that. Okay, well. Let's do that. It's not that far. I did not check the bazaar, maybe there were bargains. Oh, that's fine. Fastest way is... Well, if we want to hit the company house, it's actually that way. It's this kind of trip that I'm hoping we won't have in Albion. The kind of trip where we know we are going from point A to point B. There is no uncertainty, and there's nothing happening on the way. That's not the most exciting. It's fine for a time, but when you do that too much, then yeah, it just gets boring. To be fair, it's not been happening for too long in Reach. It's only happening because we've done most quests and we don't have anything to do. Please. You for real? Jesus. I guess it's also happening because we don't want to take part in the conflict between Taketes and Stovepipes, but it wouldn't be much better, to be fair. Just a few more fights. Deliver all reports. We don't need any of that. Let's so go to the bank and grab our Immaculate Souls. Did we not put some aside? Oh, we did. We had 2 and 2. Sure. Munitions. We don't really want to trade our munitions away. They're a pain to get. We can get some fuel and supplies. Although we can buy some at Port Prosper, so there's no point buying too much here. It might be some time before we come back, so perhaps we could hire the one crew we are missing. Okay, nothing else to do. Let's just go to Port Prosper. Whoops. Goes like so. We can go through the Memorial to the Unknown Rat. And so we should be terrorless. Good job. Calm down. Oh, what are you doing? What are you shooting at? They're crazy. That's an assaying thing. There we are.